365 World News.
Late today, the sheriff of Broward County, home of that high school in Parkland, Florida, of course, revealing that all deputies in schools will now carry rifles on school grounds. Meantime, young people across Florida arriving in that state's capital, and you will see how they were received inside those meetings. And look at this tonight. Across the country, students staging walkouts to show their support, from Florida to Minnesota, from Illinois to Colorado. ABC's Dan Harris on what the Florida students were asking for. Dan was in the room when they were face to face with lawmakers.
The 100 students from Parkland began their extraordinary day-long lobbying mission on minimal sleep but maximal optimism.
We're running on adrenaline. We're running on each other's hopes that we can go on and make a difference.
State senators began this day by displaying pictures of the 17 victims.
A yes or no would.
The solemnity did not stop the students from hitting lawmakers with pointed questions about gun policy.
Do you think you'd actually push for any policy yourself, or just agree with it if it is convenient to you?
Never again! Never again!
While the kids from Parkland make the rounds inside the Capitol, there's a large rally here outside.
After 49 people, including my two brothers, were murdered at Pulse, what did you do?
Back inside, as the students continued their work, their initial optimism curdled into frustration as they complained about what they viewed as a lack of straight answers from lawmakers.
Because what I saw today was discouraging.
Look what happened in this encounter between students and Republican State Senator Aaron Bean, who repeatedly dodged questions about whether he would support a ban on semi-automatic rifles like the one allegedly used by Nicholas Cruz to kill 17 people at Douglas High School 1 week ago.
What's your personal stance on assault-style weapons like an AR-15?
Yeah, it's a head scratcher where we are. So it's going to be a debate. I've always defended people's right to defend themselves.
With an AR-15?
I haven't got specifics.
You've been generally considered pro-gun, or? After the meeting, the senator didn't want to answer questions from us either.
It's great. I got to get in the committee. I'm trying to think of
okay.
But Bean from Jacksonville.
Okay.
Peace.
Dan Harris and the team documenting that trip to Florida's state capitol. And Dan, we know there are only 11 days left in the current legislative session there. That's not a lot of time, especially in politics. So any sign tonight that these school kids will see change anytime soon?
Yes, David, it is likely, we're told, that there will be new legislation in the coming 11 days. It's not likely that the legislation will include something many of the students say they want, which is a ban on semi-automatic rifles. It is, however, likely that there will be a rule change requiring anybody who buys one of these weapons to be 21 instead of 18. Speaking of AR-15s, as you mentioned at the top of the show, the Broward County Sheriff is now requiring that all deputies posted in schools throughout that county will now be carrying AR-15s.